Assigned in reverse order of points earned so far. That gives JW the inside. We are at 1 minute right now, so they're in good shape as far as the score-up buoy. There's a buoy on the backstretch that you cannot pass before the 1 minute mark without a penalty, but they missed that by a long ways, no problem. So now it's just a matter, Mark, of coming around to start-finish and hitting it on time. You get some help, I know, from the crew on the radios as well.
That's a key factor anymore with the newer boats being inside the cockpit. You need a radio man, you need a spotter to help you out in a lot of situations, and they can help you out with the timing. I want to mention earlier, when JW comes down here, it's the advantage on the inside a lot, but sometimes it's tough to get around this corner in the low speeds like this. This corner's so tight, and when you got to turn that tight at low speeds, these boats just don't work that well. So let's see how he does on his start.
We saw that happen to Dave Villwock here in a previous season where he was on the inside, hit a hole, and his boat spun. He wasn't a factor in the final heat. Now they pick it up a bit. Their speeds increase to perhaps 120, 130 miles per hour. JW on the inside is the early mark. He's got 7 seconds to go.
Yeah, he's a little bit early, and Bud's got a head of steam going, but let's see what happens. 2-1 mark. Let's see what happens.
JW appeared to be right on time. We'll get the official call. He's on the inside. The boats in the middle are back a little. Villwock made a great start on the outside, but he's going to have a long ways to go around the big Belle Isle turn as we look down from our O'Doul's eye in the sky.
And big is the key word. One of the biggest turns on our whole circuit, and then one of the tightest ones down here, so he's really got to be smoking. And he does. He's got a bit of a lead on J-Dub, but J-Dub's got the advantage on the inside.
At the exit pin, it's going to be Miss Budweiser by a boat length over J.W. Myers in the Lumar window film, and this is going to be a drag race. The thing that worries me here, and here comes the boat up between two. We got a 3-boat race, and they leave him some room. Villwock is moving over now. Somebody's going to get pinched a little bit. Look at these two boats side by side. They got to keep it on the water. J.W. has been loose right here.
Whoa.
Who's coming up on the outside? Nate Brown.
Nate Brown in the middle,
Look
actually.
at the U10. Woo. Can they get through this turn? J.W. Myers turning left. Villwock between boats. Where'd he go? He swung outside. Villwock went through a rooster tail.
Man,
Nate Brown's in second place in the U10.
Wow, he came storming up through there. Man, did they have some top-end speed on that baby, but Nate hung on to it. He was flying her strong. He's in second place now.
Dave Villwock was between boats and couldn't stay there. He had to go through the rooster tail and go to the outside. Now he's running third, and he's being chased by Mark Tate in the Chrysler Jeep. Now JW has things his way, but he still has a boat race on his hands.
He sure does. Nate Brown had a head of steam. Where did he get that? Those boys have been working on that boat all winter, and they did great. So J-Dub's got to just stay focused, stay concentrating on keeping his boat in the water, and watch his mirrors for Nate Brown.
Nate Brown came out of nowhere. He came by the yacht club. He had 5 miles an hour on everybody, and he rocketed by Miss Budweiser, which caused Villwock a lot of problems because Nate took away his lane. Now it's J.W. Myers coming by the yacht club for the second time. Not flying quite as much as he did earlier in the weekend, and I am glad to see that, Mark.
No kidding. It's best to keep these babies on the water. If he can just push Nate out just a little bit, get an advantage, it'll help him out. He looks like he's got it under control. Pretty good.
But Nate Brown's boat ride has really come alive for him.
It sure has. It's improved a lot. I think, it's a new boat, so Nate's got to work out the bugs. He's a great driver. He's been in a lot of boats himself, but each boat's different, so to get a hold of that front wing to keep control on it is a key factor.
One of the reasons the Gregory team tapped him to replace injured Mike Weber, he's a great setup guy. He builds boats, he sets boats up, and he really has made some progress with this one.
And that's it. He can come back with information, tell them what they possibly need to help trim this thing out. And they seem to be doing a good job. I still get a kick out of that running back stretch.
Looking down from our O'Doul's eye in the sky, look at Nate Brown on the outside. He is on the hip of J.W. Myers, who walks a little from sponson to sponson just as he comes off the exit pin. And Nate is not going to let him go. We got a great boat race here in Heat 4A. Here comes Brown again. That boat really has top end. Look at this.
Man, did they get some top end from somewhere. Holy moly. So J-Dub just got to hang on to it and get this through this turn clean. Nate will give him some room. And, Nate comes skipping out a little bit. Now, J-Dub can get out of the turn. He'll be in great shape.
It's a tremendous advantage in this tight turn, Mark, to be on the inside if you can get through it without crabbing off a lot of speed. And that's what he did right there. He picked up a couple of boat lengths, but Nate gets it back in this big turn and on the backstretch.
Yeah, J-Dub better be worried because it looks like their boat is running hot. And so, in other words, this big sweeping turn down here, Nate's going to have a little more advantage, and J-Dub's just going to have to work for it. Now, I understand that they don't have the best prop on the boat. They're saving it for the final, so that could be part of J-Dub's problem.
Look at here through this big turn. J.W. Myers still not able to leave Nate Brown, who is on his hip as they come off the turn, and we have seen tremendous top end from the yellow and blue boat. Here he comes again, and look at the boat speed. that Nate Brown is getting out of the Miss DYC. He's coming right by the yacht club. His sponsors are over there. You think they're going nuts right now?
Oh, man, they're going wild. I can guarantee you. That is a beautiful sight, you guys, to see this happen. And those guys are rocking and rolling. This is a boat race.
Now Brown has just enough of a lead over JW. He can pinch him in a little at the apex of the Rooster Tail turn. Oh, he got loose.
Whoa.
Nate hooked it just a little bit and went through the wake of J.W. Meyer's boat. He may have put the fire out.
Oh, man, that was a great try, though. I'm telling you what, Nate was giving it all he had, man. That's beautiful, but you got to hang on to it. The Rooster Tail turn is one of the toughest ones to get through.
Checkered flag flies for J.W. Myers. He gets the 40 points he needs. A great drive here in Heat 4A. Second place is going to go to Nate Brown, and talk about a great drive. Man, did he get a lot of speed out of the U-10. Dave Villwalk will come by and Miss Budweiser to finish third. No problem for him. He already had so many points. He will be in the front row in the final heat.